Hey guys, Liam Rogers from the 303 Garage here, and to start this video off, I'm going to show you something that I bought yesterday, and I think it's the cheapest WRX you could possibly buy. I bought it for $1,700, which if you're not used to Colorado car prices in terms of like Subarus, that is really cheap for any sort of WRX, even if it's got 200,000 miles on it or whatever. So, I'm about to show you it. It's an 03. And this is basically our donor car for everything that we're going to be putting in the Legacy back there. So here we go. So this is it. I already took off the front grille. It's just sitting right here. It's fine. As you can see, it's been in a pretty bad accident on this side of the hood. I picked this thing up for $1,700, technically $2,000, but the guy says he'd like the wheels back, and he said he'd give us $300 for the wheels. It's an 03. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, it's an 03. Obviously ugly, like arguably uglier than the Legacy when we bought it. Cracked windshield, clear coat, peeling everywhere, got a rust spot there, dents and stuff. That fender is just completely screwed. It's been sardine canned open. Back end actually looks pretty good, to be honest, other than a few scratches here and there, but it's pretty clean. What else? Except for this lock in the trunk. But it still works, so it's probably just missing a bolt. Bumper's got a bit of a gap to it. Rust over here. Pretty sizable dent and rust right here. The window tint is terrible. If we go inside, it's pretty bad in here too. These pods over here are pretty screwed up. That's the same exact boost gauge though that I use for my car, which is pretty crazy. The carpet smells like smoke because it was smoked in. The seats are filthy. There's crap all over the floors. Back there. The headliner's filthy. The dash is pretty dirty. But other than that, the seats are filthy, but they're not ripped. They're actually in good condition. The dash might be dirty, but it's not cracked or anything. It's in good condition. Except for that part right there, I guess. But I'm thinking of getting one of those where it's sort of a tsunami wave, sort of looking hood scoop thing, I guess you could say. And it's got 3 pods on it, since this dash will be going in the Legacy. This doesn't close all the way. I'm pretty sure I could fix that once we get that. Once I start removing the dash. The shift knob, it's not attached. Well, I can't get this part open, so I don't know what's in there, but I'll just probably stick a screwdriver in this hole eventually and try and pop it open. What is this? Oh, that's the cover. But if we go look at the engine bay, you'll see why this is the perfect car for us. Other than having a pretty clean interior in terms of what we need to take from it, you'll get to see why it is in fact a really good car for us. So the hood is off and we can get a better look at the engine itself. Now this engine was actually completely rebuilt 40,000 miles ago. So technically this engine's only got about 40,000 miles on it. Actually it was taken from a totaled car that had about 2,000 miles on it. It was rebuilt, it was put in this car, it was driven for 40,000 miles, and then they're just done with it. The body has 200,000 miles. The guy was planning to swap this into a clean 02 WRX, or yeah, clean 02 WRX shell. But he just didn't have the funds, and so he's just trying to sell both of them so that someone else can do the swap, because it's a good engine. But what we're going to do is take the engine from this, put it in the Legacy. So let's go over some of the mods that you can just spot right away. Obviously it's got an intake. I'm not sure if this piping's aftermarket or if it's just got blue tape on it. It looks like it just has blue tape on it. The intercooler is obviously aftermarket. That's a really big intercooler. I don't know if it's going to fit in the Legacy's engine bay, but I still have that 06 WRX intercooler, which will work fine for us. It's got wiring for a sub, even though I don't really care about that. It's been tuned. And the ECU, I don't know if it's been reset to a stock tune or what's going on, but it's running 20 PSI right now at the top end, so it's making a lot of power. So when we get this thing all set up, we're gonna obviously tune it down because I don't want to run 20 PSI, especially because the power band is all in the top end, and I don't really like a lot of power all in the top end. I like good low end power and basically just a really good power power band. But for now, oh, I think also this bypass valve is aftermarket. Yeah, but it is also pretty crazy because it has a 3-inch downpipe, and that's it. That's all it has in terms of exhaust. I mean, I think it has a little bit on the end, but the exhaust ends right there under the car, completely straight piped. It is the loudest car you've ever heard. We'll get some startup videos of it. I also took off the hood scoop because I need the O2 WRX hood scoop, and the little channel thing that goes under it yesterday. Those are sitting over there. What else? I haven't completely started disassembling yet because I don't know if I have time yet, and I want to still show you guys what it sounds like when it starts. So let's start this thing up. Yeah, so it's loud as shit. Oh, and my lights are still on. So we got the whole center console out. So the center console with some screws in the little lever thing that you pull up. It was inside there. And then some screws here once you pull out the top section. And gear lever was pretty easy to get out. There's my ECU right there. There's 3 bolts on top of here. There, and there. There's 2 bolts down below here that I took out. A couple bolts miscellaneous around here to get the glove box out. And all that jazz. It was just a bunch of bolts. I disconnected the hood release pin, or hood release latch, and all that. So, it's pretty much completely loose right now, as you can see. There's still a couple bolts holding it in, and obviously a lot of wiring still connected, so we'll have to disconnect that. But for now, it just sits here dormant. And then this engine, I don't know if you guys saw this last time, but we got the engine just on this pallet resting, and it's completely balanced. There's no tension on there. So yeah, the whole engine's out. You can see the turbo there. You can see everything. Got the little go-kart engine there. Still trying to get that working, but I think the carb's just too clogged up. And yeah, so there's still work to be done. Need to get a bunch of the wiring out of the Legacy and start getting our parts off of this that we need. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I always wanted to own a WRX for the longest time. And now I've got one, even though it is in this condition. Okay, so I already got the hood off because that was one of the damaged components. And the last sort of damaged body part that is really ugly is this fender. Now, I took off the fenders on my Legacy before, so this shouldn't be too hard. It looks like we've got 1 bolt up here still left, and a couple plastic clips, and a bolt down there. And then this should just come off. I'm going to see how it might connect in here, but that's not how my fender on the Legacy did. So I'll check that in a sec, but I'm just going to get the bolts off of this fender. There. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a trash can and just start cleaning out all the trash in here, because there's quite a lot of junk in here. I just want to get it tidy just so that I can, you know, it'll just be a lot easier to work on when there's not a bunch of crap inside of it. So let me grab a trash can, we'll start cleaning out the inside. Let's take a look in the glove box. It's not specific, so I'm not going to keep it. Don't need that. So I don't have any information. Even though this car's empty. Receipt, because this car... I like the seats. No. Lighter. Don't need this cold air intake thing that goes with the WRX could be some jumper cables. These are pretty good looking jumper cables, to be honest. Radiator hose. Okay. No, actually.